Here we are once again.
Back again,
As
you would say.
Back again. Afternoon, evening. What the fuck is it? Who even knows?
Pretty sure it's almost the evening. It's
It is the evening. Okay,
6:30. What
let's
time
start
does
fresh.
evening start?
I don't know. I usually think around 6, if I had to
Alright.
guess.
Tuesday fucking evening, the September the 1st.
Yeah, it's September the 1st evening, and welcome once again to Gaming Under the Influence. I'm Mike, and I'm here with Alex. We're coming to you from Green Dragon CVR, Vaughn's local source for craft beer and fucking video games, which is what we're here to talk to you about again.
Fuck yeah.
This wonderful Tuesday evening. Did I already say evening?
A few times.
What's new, buddy?
Fuck, you know what? I was going to say not much, but actually I guess quite a bit.
Yeah, a lot of stuff's going on, eh?
We discovered our newfound love for podcasts, and by love I mean like a synonym of for hate. So there's that. There's also Nvidia dropping fucking bombs about their new graphics cards today, which is not something we would typically talk about too much.
I think it's worth mentioning in this case, though, don't you?
Yeah, obviously I'm a PC gamer guy, I guess, if you would say that.
Yep.
And I've been actually waiting for these cards because the current cards are very expensive. Like,
Are they even more than the new one's going to be?
The top cards now are like the 2080 Ti is roughly fucking like $1,500 or $1,600
Salute.
Canadian. Cheers. Which is pretty expensive, and I was like, fuck it, if I'm going to spend that much money, I'm going to wait for the new ones, right?
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Which we were excited to see a shitstorm of. Wow, this is really good.
Yeah, it's nice.
Of people complaining about the new cards being even more expensive, but it turns out we were wrong, and the cards are actually very reasonably competitively priced.
Yeah, they've gone down,
So-
eh? I remember even when I bought a PC a couple of years ago, cards were definitely not that price.
Yeah, I mean, like the current gen 2080 Ti, which would compare to the 3080 that they just announced. That one, like I said, is like $1,600 Canadian, and then this one they just announced for $699 American, which will probably be roughly $1,000. So still a lot cheaper, and because it's a newer card, it'll perform better. So
Yeah.
I'm in. Fuck yeah, I want a fucking 3080 right now. The 3090 is like the top really expensive card, but that's more geared for like workstations and people developing games and stuff that you wouldn't need if you're just gonna be sitting at home playing games. So
So you think you could summarize for somebody like me, like what the fuck changes between graphic card generations, you know?
I guess,
Is it a
I
matter of
would
degree,
say-
or is it like a difference of kind, like a serious...
It depends, because yes, there's definitely incremental upgrades. Like this one, because it's the second generation of cards that have ray tracing, it'll feel more incremental. You'll get better performance when you enable things like ray tracing and DLSS fucking 2.0, whatever the hell. But whereas the last gen, like the current gen of cards, when they launched, they were the first ones to have ray tracing. So that would have been like a bigger jump. Like it's a new feature, right? A new graphical fucking technical thing, right?
Sure.
Whereas this year they're sort of improving on them, which maybe is why they're not as super fucking expensive compared to the last gen's launch. And I mean, those cards are still expensive. You got to think they're going to drop the price, right? It's a
You'd
lot
hope
of
so eventually, but
techno fucking mumbo jumbo. But
I think, though, that there's an aspect of that comes with gaming necessarily, and the degree to which you want to engage with it determines how much you like PC.
yeah, pretty much.
As your
fucking
primary platform anyways,
love
right?
PCs, so I'm super down for a new graphics card. And I thought they were going to be really expensive, like
Yeah.
in the, you know, I honestly thought it was going to be close to like $2,000, because I thought if they're going to be better than the current gen cards, and the current gen cards are $1,700 roughly, whatever, they're going to be more for sure, because that's the trend that has sort of followed. Every release from Nvidia lately has been more expensive than the previous gen, so like naturally that's what we thought. Now that still leaves the 3090, which is, like I said, that one's $1,500 American, which will get like, you know, up around close to probably 2,000 Canadian. But again, that's not for me. Like, I don't need that, right? It's for fucking hardcore game.
What do you do with
devs,
that,
man.
actually? Yeah, I'd be
Yeah,
curious.
I think. Well, the thing with the difference
You
between
fucking
those
farm
are
Bitcoin? Like,
aside from like the a lot of the specs that I couldn't regurgitate to you because I don't know. I know it does have the new the 3080 card has like 10 gigabytes of video RAM, whereas the fucking 3090 has like 24. Which is a
24 gigs,
huge fucking
yeah.
jump. Like, it's not just an increment. Like, from the the 3080 to the 3070, I think it's 10 and then like 8 or something. You know what I mean? So those are...
Or 3 and 6 for the 1060.
Yeah, whatever the fuck,
variants,
right? So from fucking 10 to 24, that's not like a fucking... that's not really going to do much for you. I mean, obviously it will be better, but that's more for, I guess, if you're like developing games, developing graphics APIs and stuff like that, where you need the extra video RAM because it's not just rendering a game locally or whatever. There's more involvement there. I wouldn't even know. That's the best I could regurgitate it to you.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty sick.
Crazy shit. But I'm
I've seen
excited.
some new fucking video cards. And,
Video cards. Fuck yeah.
I suppose if I get a new fucking computer anytime in the near future, that's what would be going inside of it, eh? One of these Nvidia cards.
Yeah, you get either a 3070 or a 30... Eventually they'll come out with 3060, which will be a lot cheaper, but
yeah,
they'll still rival like next-gen consoles.
Sick. What'll 3060 be like a budget version of these cards?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, it would probably be on the lower end spec, for sure. But at the prices they are, like, it'll be so cheap probably. And then the 3070 is like for $499. I think that's 3070 is $499 American, which I guess is still about you're spending about as much as you'd spend on a new console, right? Just on a graphics card. So they'll definitely be better than the consoles for sure.
Yeah. That's PC gaming though, right? That's what you do it for.
Yeah, but that's exactly it, right? That's the thing, right?
Nice, buddy. That's fucking sick.
Yep.
Any other comments on this graphic card situation?
Not really. I think we went on too long already. I just fucking really want a 3080.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you're fucking excited. I
Yeah.
would like to see the fruits of PC build with one of those. That'd be for sure.
Fucking they drop that shit now in September, and the next gen consoles are right around the corner. Holy fuck. Just start playing the lottery, man.
Yep. Right? Gotta get rich, bud. Fortunately, it's not gonna happen.
Nah, it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be worth mentioning also, like you fucking brought up before, that listening to a few podcasts this week, gaming podcasts.
Okay.
A number of them, actually. I heard fucking probably more than a dozen of them. And one thing I realized, you know, I'm gonna make a confession. Firstly, I know we make a podcast, but I've never listened to podcasts.
I think like that's the funny thing. The situation we're in is that we started doing this, and neither one of us really listen to a podcast.
We do it because it's a format that's suitable to what we feel like doing, but it's definitely not what we like to listen to. We like to do it. We don't like to listen to it.
Condemning our own thing.
I don't think though it's a problem with the format.
You're a mad
which
lad.
is what we're going to get into, right? Like, decided recently to listen to a few of these gaming podcasts, and it's like, man, you know, in quite the same manner that I feel games journalism does what I'm about to describe, like fucking almost universally every fucking case that I was exposed to, you have some like uppity, like narcissistic individual, most of the time, who's either like fucking jovial, you know, to the point of having probably inhaled lithium, or they're fucking just a miserable pissy bastard. And in both cases, all they do, just like modern games journalists, is talk about mostly themselves in the context of playing some game, you know? Whether it's their appreciation for the price of the thing as a fucking consumer product, or how it made them feel, or how it suits their political viewpoint.
That's another big one.
It's always about the fucking guy and his feelings, you know? There's no framework within which they approach it. No logical framework, no doctrinal fucking referent points in the sense of a system, you know? No stable understanding. It's just literally like, I'm going to expose myself to this and tell you how I feel. And that's the fucking podcast as much as it is the games journalism. It's not even like, you know, the case with a corporate brand like Sony or even Microsoft. Like when you think about these companies, they have like definite characteristics associated with them, you could say, right? Like Sony has fucking its premium products and its fucking, you know, Japanese like esoterics, and fucking Xbox has its delivery services and its fucking American accessibility. Like they have defining characteristics, you know? Like many of these gaming podcasts, like what fucking, yeah, you're you and that guy's that guy, but you're just both two dudes telling us about your feelings. There's no fucking rhyme or reason to it. It's just, this is how it makes me feel. Like fucking,
I don't know. I guess like maybe it's not fair. Maybe we haven't listened to enough of them, but like,
I think it's pretty fair.
yeah,
I think so.
Like, how many of you fucking heard?
I don't know. I heard probably a dozen again. Like the
Oh,
past
really? Oh, okay, so you really
so.
taking a little bit of a deep dive into some of these gaming podcasts. This guy, fucking a year after we're doing our own.
I regret it. I wish I got those hours of my life back, frankly.
Oh,
They're terrible.
this guy's a savage.
You know what I really used to fucking like, actually, bud? I used to watch, I probably mentioned this before, The Lobby on GameSpot.
You have. I think
Danny
you said you
O'Dwyer.
liked it, right?
I loved watching
Yeah.
that. I look forward to it every fucking week. You know, there was that guy
Nice.
Danny O'Dwyer. He had like great experience with video games, and like, if there was such a thing as a good journalist, I would think of somebody like that as a good journalist. They know how to ask questions that keep like the internal fucking monologue in your head going. You're fucking into the conversation. He's not just merely talking about his feelings.
Yeah.
He, more than anything, is asking questions and talking about stuff. You know, to other people who maybe played the game.
Call of Duty. I
Yeah.
felt uncomfortable. Remember those
Yeah,
days?
that's the caliber of shit you get. Like, yeah, we listened to one Mortal Shell fucking discussion where the guy was making all of these factually incorrect claims to fucking explain why the game frustrated him. Yeah, it was just ridiculous.
That was really bad.
No substantive point to be made, and every fucking actual factual comment was incorrect. It was just terrible. Yeah. So it's disappointing, and I like to think like if we fucking do anything, it's firstly approach things from a stable frame of reference that we articulate clearly. You know, it's fucking stated like this is what it is. We have arguments describing why we think that way. Like, it's not just throwing shit at the wall, you know? And we're willing to challenge our feelings if they fucking are proven incorrect by facts.
Oh,
right?
100%. All the time.
It's happened many times over the course of this channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that despite fucking our lack of popularity, that gives me some fucking satisfaction. I think I was pleased to see that, right?
Like podcasts specifically or gaming podcasts?
Gaming podcasts is all that I heard. I might mention also I like to listen to fucking, for example, like Above and Beyond Group Therapy, that fucking like electronic fucking duo or whatever. They put out this podcast, you know, with music for an hour. That's neat. But I mean, like gaming podcasts, two guys sitting there talking about games like we're doing right now.
This is fucking hilarious.
No stable frame of reference. They're not trying to say like this is better than that because of this objective fucking reason. It's just, you know, my feelings.
Yeah, dude,
to the matter.
that
Like,
fucking the one about Mortal Shell, like the dude was saying that he felt like it's Dark Souls 1 fucking all over again, and they're like ripping the fucking skeleton of this old dead game. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's very much unlike that in every possible respect. Yeah,
Dark Souls 1 is fucking.
There was one sentence where the guy was like, he said some fucking ridiculous. Yeah, it's like you don't even have stats anymore. You don't even have the pretext of getting better, just like Dark Souls 1. It's like, no, man, that's
the little marginal.
Not how it worked at all, actually.
Yeah.
And plus, are you fucked in the head? What do you mean you don't get better? One of the fucking builds becomes like an infinite stamina build that heals with poison, can fucking take stamina instead of health damage.
Yep. Yeah, I got that for that.
Can fucking resurrect. Like, yeah, I don't know. And not to mention the weapon upgrades make you a fucking tank. Like, that game was very much the easiest Souls like I've ever played.
Just the fact that I'm on the last temple now at the fucking, I guess the second last boss of the game, because there's a final boss, right?
Yeah.
Just that I've gotten that far tells you that, because I always struggle with these games, man. It takes a lot out of me to fucking. I can't believe I even made it through Bloodborne.
Not to dig
end,
on the game at all. I love it. It's just that it has a more like it's more easy to interpret than most of the Souls like, and it's definitely not like Dark Souls 1 at all.
It's slower paced. It doesn't feel as punishing. Like it's a little bit more forgiving, especially with like your iframes.
Like it feels slower paced if you're in certain characters, I suppose, but it can be fast paced too, right? Like sometimes it's blindingly fast. You have to dodge fucking multiple times within a second.
That's
like,
true. Yeah. Sometimes you actually can't stop moving or you'll get hit. It's one of those like you just have to, like Bloodborne, where you have to be moving at all times almost.
And some characters, again, like you can sprint and not lose stamina and shit like that. It's obviously meant to encourage that fast kind of gameplay. It's not the game's fault that you didn't fucking bother to read its cues, right? Like,
figure out when to harden.
I don't fucking understand. Yeah, like, you watch that gameplay too. It's embarrassing. Yeah.
Harden. Oh no, I back out on it and then get fucked 2 seconds later. Like, what?
Just wait, bud.
Yeah. Fucking Mortal Shell's sick.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's my thoughts on podcasts, I suppose. Like, I do fucking really miss Danny O'Dwyer's fucking podcast, bud. Now he does like every once in a while like a documentary, which is awesome. Like, I love those too, but you know, I fucking love tuning in every Tuesday.
Yeah, it's like watching your favorite fucking TV show. Like, we don't get that
sick,
sensation anymore these days, right?
Yeah. And they had that sick fucking little jingle at the beginning. Oh man, I love that shit.
Fuck yeah. I used to listen to fucking Kind of Funny, but like, I can't listen to that shit anymore either.
Yeah. I really think that guy's personality carried it. He pretty much just made it himself by fucking interrogating the other people there. And after he left, they tried to carry it on for a little while, and they just gave up. Yeah,
he was like the fucking the guy behind it.
Yeah. They used to have this other dude, Kevin Van Norn, I think, who worked at GameSpot too, who is also a good journalist. Yeah. His review of The Witcher 3 was pretty sick. I still remember.
Those were the days,
Yeah. Yeah, man. They used to sit in this room that looked like some fucking basement and just shoot the shit, but like it was good stuff, you know? They made insightful fucking comments and talked about the game in like in a fucking objective sense, like an object-oriented sense, like they were talking about it as a thing with systems and like an inner life. It was sick, yeah. And if they talked about their experiences, it was to make a fucking clear point about the game and its fucking nature and its systems,
not
you know?
their fucking bullshit.
This game made me, like that guy's half of the fucking things he was saying was yeah, just like
me
this haughty,
uncomfortable.
like fucking, oh man, insufferable. But anyways,
Yeah,
you
he
know,
even bitched about his controller at one point. It's like, dude, like that's your problem, man. Other people don't have that problem because they're not using.
I'm almost like, I mean, I don't know. I bet you could find out if you fucking bother to look. But like, I'm pretty certain the guy didn't really play many Souls games. If he thinks that Mortal Shell fucking is
Probably
in any
not.
sense, you know, it in any way resembles the fucking
Yeah,
first
the one thing
iterations
that
of the
kind
genre, right? Like,
of weirded me out was when he said that like he brought up Dark Souls as the original game, and then later he brought up Demon Souls.
Yeah.
Saying that was the actual original game, and then by the way, he went on to say that he thinks it's a waste that they're remastering it for the PS5, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. What do you mean? Like, what is he, a fucking Xbox fanboy?
I think there's
Like-
also this fucking, yeah, right? I think there's
fuck?
also this idea, too, that, like, supposing he was correct, which he's not, that this was a reiteration of the original Dark Souls, like, as we remarked concerning Ghost of Tsushima, like, what the fuck's the problem with reiterating the grammar of a genre, you know? That's fucking perfectly fine. Like, you got a problem with somebody making something in the same alphabet as something else. Like, how dare you write a book in the same language? Like, it's just a fucking stupid comment, buddy.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I find, like, when people get fucking that attitude towards a Souls game, it's because it butthurt them, you know? They probably failed, like, 50 times, and, like, they don't like it, and it fucking hurt their feelings, and here we are, right?
Yeah.
Perfectly fine with that, though. I think that's part of the pleasure of this genre too, is seeing it fucking frustrate people, you know? Yeah. Gatekeeping.
Fuck, I guess you're right. I never
Yeah.
thought of it that way. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's doing its job.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
butthurt.
Yeah.
He's pissed.
Yeah. He's so pissy. He's like, oh, it's-
I'm hoping by the next time we record a week from now that I will be finished Mortal Shell.
yeah.
I'll be really fucking happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you
It's,
will. You'll finish it,
it's a
man.
fucking sick game, man.
Yeah.
It's been fun. I'm having a good time.
It
with
is a great game.
Yeah,
I like it
It's
a lot,
nice.
too.
Nice bite-sized chunk of fucking Dark Souls,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, not too fucking abusive.
We need more games like in this.
I think so too.
You know.
10 to 20 hour time frame.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, it was like that Resident Evil. All the Resident Evils that I played
That's
pretty
true.
much. Yeah.
I made it through in the remake of 2 to like when Mr. X starts following you around.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck,
Mm-hmm.
I can't deal with this anymore. I'm a little fucking
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. Fuck, I feel you.
I could do it. I'm lazy. I don't know.
I'm gonna finish number 3 actually. I picked that up very briefly and I put it down before I got the chance, man. Fuck. I'm on the Souls kick now though. I can't
Yeah,
do it.
the reception of that game was not
Yeah.
kind. For 3. That
Yeah,
is.
well, fucking people are idiots. I love it. I don't care.
Hey, if you like it, that's good. I haven't played it, so I don't know. But
Yeah, it's good shit, man.
what do you think was unfairly criticized? Like,
It's people didn't like it because it was short and they removed something from the fucking original game or some bullshit. I don't know. I don't give a fuck
Play
about
the
any of
original
those
then.
things.
Fuck.
I don't care about any of that.
I don't know. I don't know if it's like. Whatever. I'm not a
If your
Resident
criticism
Evil
is
fan,
it's not
so-
worth my money, then I just don't give a fuck about what you have to say. Frankly, I'm sorry. Like,
That's
Is that a
true.
joke?
Yeah, if that's like your take on it, well, it's not worth the $70. Then
things that are worth doing are not worth money.
why? Like it's usually like explain why it's not worth. The amount of money doesn't matter.
I think
Explain
that's
why,
just
you know what I
insignificant.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
anyways, you know, we talked about this. We fucking off in a tangent, waste our last few
beating
minutes.
his
Yeah.
fucking dead horse.
What were we talking about there for a second?
For Resident Evil, those 2 boneheads about Mortal Shell
Yeah.
and it being reiteration of Dark Souls.
Like, yeah. I don't know, man.
it's gone.
Fuck, I finished a bunch of Souls like though since that pandemic fucking began. Like,
It's amazing. You went into like a fucking Dark Souls kick.
I did a ton of them, buddy. I'm fucking
Yeah.
happy. It was good shit, you know. I finished fucking Sekiro, Remnant, Surge 2. I'm gonna do Code Vein now. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna do Dark Souls 3. Darksiders,
Fuck, I
excuse
can't
me.
believe you haven't. Oh, Darksiders. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna
And
say,
3, yeah,
you
Dark
haven't
Souls
beaten
3. I
Dark
haven't
Souls
finished
3,
the
right?
last DLC anyways. I finished
Oh,
the main
okay.
game, yeah. But I want to do the Ring City. They got that cool dragon boss.
Yeah, yeah.
That's worth doing. And apparently this Slave Knight Gale there is one of the best fights in the whole series. So
Really?
yeah, probably worth doing too. Yeah.
They're fucking masters at this shit. Eh? I wonder how Elden Ring's gonna turn out. But so
I'm sure
far,
it's
like
gonna be sick.
Gamescom went by and we haven't seen anything, right?
Probably means they're taking their time. Development's probably slow in the age of COVID, you know?
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
Fuck, we've seen Nintendo with their. So far, they haven't. They've been looking like they're gonna have a weak lineup. This fucking.
Yeah, it does look good. Oh, that's something we should mention. Hey, we were
Yeah.
talking about that too. Buddy, what the fuck, eh? Nintendo.
Nintendo's got.
we
They're
were
kind of on a
expecting a
slowdown.
few, I don't know, a few something, right? Like, hopefully, I wanted to see that Babylon's Fall game this year.
Yeah, the only thing that I still like stuck in my mind is Bravely Default 2, which is a big game, but not like.
To my mind, the
Not
great value of
huge.
Nintendo as a brand this gen has been their fucking kind of eclectic portfolio. You know, you could go there to find fucking all kinds of crazy shit that is either really old and now you can buy it physically again, or it's not on any of their console,
Yeah.
like Astral or Bravely Default, like all these Japanese games, essentially. That
Plus, playing those games like on the go, just
Yeah.
the fact that you can like
Yeah.
take The Witcher 3
yeah, that
with
is
you,
pretty
what
nice
the
too. Yeah,
fuck?
true. That is pretty cool. Yeah,
Dude, that
but-
would have blown our minds. Like, look at this. I was booted up fucking Pokemon fucking Red on the
Yeah.
Game Boy. Imagine
True.
like thinking
It
of the
is a
fucking.
step
Now we're
in a different direction
Doom
entirely.
and The Witcher 3 and
Yeah.
all. Dude, fucking Fire Emblem was like a massive game.
But that's the
Just a
kind
lot
of thing that I'm
sick shit.
thinking about, right? Like these things
Yeah.
that, like, you know, whether or not it even was a portable, like just the fact that Nintendo has those games,
Has
like
those
to me,
games,
it's that
yeah.
fucking aspect that defines the Switch so far. Like,
True.
that I see value in. You know,
Just-
that
it seems like they're at a standstill now.
yeah. And this year, I'm trying to think about what kind of games have come out for their machine that are in that sort of fucking bracket. You know, can you think of any?
Not of that caliber. Did Doom release on the Switch?
Doom, I don't
Doom
know. Probably,
Eternal?
yeah. But I mean, like first party or at least exclusive.
Oh
fucking,
yeah, fair enough.
Japanese works. You know, like fucking doesn't seem like they had anything.
I feel
this
like
year.
I'm missing something. There's got to be something.
There does, right? I can't. No, I don't think
doesn't
there was,
come to
man. I don't think
mind,
there was.
yeah.
Astral Chain was probably the last one, bro.
Astral Chain, yeah, that was last year though.
Yeah, but at
This
least we
year.
know we got fucking Bravely Default and fucking Babylon's Fall and Breath of the Wild 2 in the works. Probably another Fire Emblem game, I'm sure, is on the docket because of how
Yeah,
well the last
probably.
one sold. So honestly, whether or not we see it imminently, like I know the future is it bodes well for that fucking
Oh,
platform. Yeah.
Should be
Even
but
just in terms of those brands I just mentioned, right? And they've shown that it's financially, viable to bring those kind of games over to it in the first place, which means we'll probably see more of them, right? I love
That's
too,
true.
fucking buddy. I buy things like fucking Baldur's Gate collection on the Switch, Like
yeah,
that's-
those are neat. I
Hollow
bought the
Knight, you know?
Turok one.
Yeah,
the Turok thing,
Turok,
that's
yeah.
fucking sick. I haven't even opened it, to be honest.
Little games like that, like I love playing them on the Switch. And Hollow Knight I'm playing right now on the Switch. I have it on PS4 as well, but I mean, or NPC, but I mean,
Yeah,
might
the
as well play it
Switch
on
is
the Switch.
a good platform for that.
Yeah.
Like, I played Bloodstained on it, and despite
Yeah.
the performance wasn't as great, there was kind of glitchy and shit like
But
that.
you
But
got through
aside
it
from
anyways,
that,
right?
I
Like-
made it through it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I beat
yeah.
the game, and it was had fucking blast with it.
Yeah, games
Great.
like that are good on that.
I might have
machine.
not played as much of it. Not probably, maybe, but
Yeah, if you were on if
I was
you were
on
in front of a
the-
TV,
yeah.
sure. It's very
part
likely.
of
right?
that for me is like because not that I take it on the go, but because I can move it between TVs easily from
Sure.
upstairs, downstairs. I can play wherever the fuck I am, and just sitting in bed or something,
Yeah.
playing it portably. Like just the easy switch, right?
Definitely.
It's good for that.
I think so too, man.
I
Yeah.
should get Stadia.
I don't know. See, like in
Sorry.
let's take the opportunity to crack open this chocolate beer, eh?
Chocolate Manifesto.
All right, we're gonna crack a fucking new brew today. I don't know if you guys can see this on the camera. We should cut in at this stage.
Probably
It's got
not
a
if
nice
you're
new
listening to it
fucking
as a podcast.
skeleton hand fucking beer opener. It's like cast iron, buddy. It's some serious
Holy
shit.
shit.
Chocolate beer, guys. Chocolate Manifesto,
Oh,
made in
wait,
Toronto.
I still have some beer in here. Hold on.
Guys, see, we've got some downloads in Virginia.
Yeah, who the hell listened to us in Virginia?
I'd like to say hello. Invite us down to fucking fire some rifles one day. We'll bring some Canadian beer. All will be well.
Oh, fuck, I'd be so down for that.
Is marijuana legal in Virginia?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
That definitely doesn't sound
Maybe.
like
I
a
don't
place.
know. Who knows these days? Cheers to Virginia and rifles and weed.
Cheers.
Tastes like chocolate.
Wow. Oh my
It's exactly like
God.
eating a piece of cake, eh?
It fucking totally is. I don't think I could get through a lot of that.
That's all right.
Like, I wouldn't be able to drink my own.
No.
It's also 10% alcohol, so
Yeah.
it's pretty up there. But
We fucking wasted.
anyways, that's more on the influence there. But
Yeah.
why don't you talk about Code Vein a little bit? How you been finding that
lastly,
game?
fucking moving on to that.
Fucking
Fuck.
Code Vein.
I don't know if I mentioned I finished the Surge 2 last time we talked, last Tuesday. I think I finished it more recently than last Tuesday. So I did finish that one, and I've enjoyed it fucking immensely, man. Most of my gameplay, at least with the bosses, is on the YouTube channel there, and it's a great game. The parry system and how fast it is, all very cool shit. And I moved on to Code Vein, and I'm finding that to be a fucking very interesting take on the Souls-like genre, buddy. That's for fucking sure. I've never seen anything with, firstly, that, in some sense, upfront story. Like, there are characters and there's some fucking feelings and shit going around. You know, it's like an anime, very much melodramatic and shit. But also, like, the lore, the actual fucking events in the world are not occurring on the surface. You know, you have to dig a little bit deeper to find out most of that stuff, which I did, and I really do enjoy the story. Yeah, it's a fucking very well-built world, and you know, the game has some interesting complexity when it comes to builds. Like, you can switch up the they call it a blood code. I guess it's kind of like your class, which determines like all kinds of shit from like you know, you're scaling with each stat to the kinds of fucking abilities you can equip without having paid for them elsewise. And you can acquire abilities from each code if you pay a sufficient amount of resources for them to use them, no matter what you have equipped. But the code you're equipped with determines essentially like what kind of shit you can fucking do in the game, and that's a pretty interesting feature. I find you can switch back and forth between these things and kind of build to your liking, kind of like in fucking Bravely Default. You know what I mean? Put on new jobs and stuff like that. But
you're not locked to one sort of build or whatever.
Yeah, and if you want, you can kind of mix and match and build the one that's ideal to your liking. The other cool thing is that it's built to fucking have it that you have an AI companion trailing you the entirety of the fucking game, you know? Somebody following you the whole time. And if you think this fucking will break the balance of a Souls-like, you'd fucking be right. You know, it totally does break it.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be my initial concern there. Like, what the fuck? How do you make that work?
Like,
but
it's just an easier Souls-like. That's what it reduces to. At the end of the day, there's no other way to parse it. Like, you can play it without the companion, but it's very evident that the game is balanced for fucking playing with a companion, right?
You have
like,
the option of playing solo or with an AI companion?
Yes.
And you're saying without the AI companion, it's fucking...
It's very, very difficult. It's
Okay.
like, you know, you can play a fucking game like Sekiro, and even on the last boss, you can tell, like, it has a rhythm to it. There's moments where you're intended to attack, but this game,
there's openings. It's not totally bad shit.
This game, the moments are probably supposed to be when the fucking guy is attacking the other guy. So if there's no other guy, it's pretty much like right up in your face constantly, and like it's fucking. It seems like the first few bosses, like I tried to beat them without a companion, and like coming right off the last boss of a few other Souls-like games,
right?
I was like, yeah, I can't. Like,
I can't do it. Yeah.
I mean, you probably could if you sat there for 2 hours and mastered it like a fucking to the T, but like at that point, is it worth
just
it?
like chipped away slowly.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, it's not
fucking
balanced damage-wise. Like, you just fucking, you know, unless you fucking find a way to, like, you know, game it. Like, you can see people on YouTube, like, playing the bosses. They have, like, perfect timing, and they're doing a fucking assload of damage. Man, you know, for the average dude who doesn't want to invest a ton of time into making the perfect build, into learning each 2 hours or 3 hours each boss battle, like, I'm just not into that. We play
games, not fucking one game for a year.
that's fucked, exactly. So, like, you know, I'm big on this fucking concept of like playing something according to its like fucking inner logic, its intended balance, right? Like, if this game has a fucking, it is an easier Souls like. When you play the bosses as they're meant to be played with the other fucking guy, like, it's not like you won't die. I do die like 1 or 2 times, but it's not like fucking, you know, Sekiro where you're like, oh god, like fucking 30 attempts at a boss.
Because
like,
at the end of the day, you're not just relying on yourself. There is some help, right?
Yeah. I find like even those moments where the boss is focused on something else is like a huge difference for most Souls.
Yeah, exactly, right?
In
They're
the
not
boss
just
battles,
attacking you and running towards you or whatever. Even Immortal Shell, some of the bosses are pretty. That fire boss guy, he's like pretty aggressive. Like, charging at you and shit, right?
Yeah. And the healing is pretty much useless in this game too. It's not like the Estus Flask fucking gives you your whole life bar back. Like, you gotta munch on like 5 fucking healing items, and you have 6 to fill your life bar back up again. While the boss, like, on, you know, it'll take away half of it with one fucking swing. So you know, it's not like it's impossible. I'm giving this impression, but it might be like literally like fighting. It might be like fighting the Orphan of Kos, like every boss in the whole game. You know,
I'm sure it's
and you're
been
just
done,
like, okay, like you can do it. Like, you just have to spend time fucking learning and mastering, and like it's not balanced. It's very clearly not balanced that way. You know?
You know, and I noticed like even as far back as when the game just released, and just the cover I think had like 2 characters on it. It always seemed like it was sort of pushing for that. So if it's like balanced for that specifically, then that's cool, because then it's like if we're playing it together, if we're playing Neo or a Dark Souls game, it doesn't feel like you're just making it easier. It sort of feels like that's how it's supposed to be, right?
That's right.
Which is cool as fuck, right?
And it is easier than an average Souls-like, but that in itself is not an objective fucking criticism,
whatever.
right? So the fuck what?
You're not desiring the hardness of it. It's all the other stuff, right? That's good about it.
Yeah. And you can fucking redo the bosses if you really want to master some of them. Or fucking,
Okay, cool.
I can see myself, trying at least every single boss on my own to see how much of a fucking time investment it would be.
That'd be an interesting experiment, but after you've beaten them already, so you can just jump back into it, right?
Well, the first time I at least have tried every one a few times. You know?
Oh, really?
Give it a good few attempts, but then I'm like,
You got balls, eh?
It's evidently
Yeah, you're like,
even
hey,
once you
fuck
master the pattern, you're chipping away at its life, and it's like 5 minutes into the fight, you're like, okay, this is a bit much.
Do this for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, fucking what the fuck, you know? You have to find a way to game it, man. You got to fucking go Google, what the fuck is weak to. You have to go unlock that ability with an hour of grinding and build the perfect build to, and the exact equipment. Because there's a hard counter to most of the bosses. They inflict slow or poison. So if you have the ability from the certain blood code that fucking gives you the counter to that, you can properly game the boss. And, you can equip the fucking thing that, he's weak to, and, it'll all work out. But
what's going on over here? This looks cool.
every time you, there's these blood codes, and to unlock the blood codes, you find them in the world, and then you have to find these vestiges, which is a piece of them. You have to repair them with these 4 pieces of each, right? And you bring them back to your home base and give them to this chick who repairs for you, and each time you get to walk through the memory of this Revenant guy, and you see some detail about the world. It's pretty cool, man.
Fucking looks sick, man.
It's very
really,
involved world building.
Digging
It's
this,
smart
man.
and
I
cool.
really want to get into this game.
It's a great game. It's a great game.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Yeah,
sick.
it's sick.
Fuck, I don't know if you have much left to say about that, but
That's it.
just thought about. I'm so excited for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, that's
my
this
God.
week, right?
It's coming
Isn't
out
that
on
this week?
Friday,
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, sick.
This I don't know what it is. If it's just a pure nostalgia bump that but they've They've never properly redone these games. We've seen this so much with tons of games, even the fucking Nintendo with remastering Zelda games. We've seen this with all kinds of games throughout fucking history, right? And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games were some of my favorite games, but eventually after the PS2 days, they started to fall off and kind of became shit, right? And ever since then, they've been shit. We had Skate 1 and 2 and 3, which were good skateboarding games, but not quite the same, because Skate went more in a realistic direction, and Tony Hawk games are more arcadey and goofy, right? So I'm so fucking stoked for finally to get what is seemingly the proper treatment for these games. This is gonna be a true fucking remaster to true to the fucking roots and the origins of these games, I guess, to say. Hopefully I'm not talking out of my ass.
No, I understand
right?
what you're saying. That's cool.
I'm so stoked for that, man, and I hope it turns out well. We'll find out.
I mean, it'll be well as long as it's not broken, right? That's the great thing about remasters.
That's the thing. It's nothing fucking groundbreaking. This isn't a fucking Dark Souls 1 or anything that's changed the fucking world.
Yeah.
But they're fun games to just jump into.
Man, sure.
Lately, I've been feeling because I've been playing Mortal Shell and I can't remember what else. I feel like sometimes. A lot of your attention is demanded on these games, right? And
I think so,
there's certain times where I just want to kind of jump into something that isn't so fucking,
Me too. So tense.
I can't think of the word.
You want to
but
just take it easy a bit. I go play Ghost of Tsushima in that sense.
Right, and that's fair to say because it's definitely.
Yeah.
I guess this is even more so because I feel like it's just to jump in and sort of just play I guess for masturbatory sense, right?
But honestly, games don't have to be fucking ball busty. I like to think of these if they have forms of movement, the Souls one is a fucking heart attack or a fucking cocaine bender. You know what I mean? It's up and down, on a roller coaster, right?
Yeah.
Whereas an open world game like Death Stranding or Ghost of Tsushima,
kind of more like a flat plane.
it's more
just
an expansion. It's just a quiet, you're riding a cloud upwards. You know, it's
Yeah.
And it can get boring, but it's also pleasant and peaceful, and it's got this nice fucking static vibe to it. You can dig, right?
Right.
But sometimes you just want to fucking, fucking rip your hair out and just fucking go nuts, I do anyway.
I used to play Counter-Strike when I fucking got the sensation
Fair
of
enough, sure. I'm
go
sure it's
fucking
very similar.
balls to the wall. Yeah.
I'm sure it's very similar to that. But at the same time, We talked about this a lot too, but like the great thing about the Souls style games is the fact that they demand, you fucking engage with them at the level of a thing, right? Like you can't do well unless you try to understand the depicted thing and fucking respond to its nature, essentially, right? You have to understand it and fucking, know what it's gonna do and then fucking react, right? Like there's no other choice. You can't just fucking passively just expect shit to go your way.
Yeah, which is great.
I dig, yeah.
That's fucking amazing. It's just not good for like all the time,
No, sure,
that
yeah.
kind of
You don't
thing.
always want to be in battle mode, right? Like fucking ready to.
Which is where this fits in. Is only what I'm saying, right?
But there's also like the
It's
great
nice
thing
to-
about games, man, is as a medium, just like with anything else, really, like their only limitation is the fucking value of the thing somebody can think about to depict with them, right? Like just like with movies or a book, right? The possibilities are as unlimited as fucking being, You can fucking play Stardew Valley if you don't want to fucking play Dark Souls and like still get something beautiful, right? Like it's excellent, Sometimes there's even other things, like that's why I really enjoy the movie games like fucking Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls and
they serve a different purpose, right? Like you said, if you're just hanging out at night and want to sort of casually watch something, but have a little bit more of a
definitely
say in what's going
super
on,
symbolic
right?
experience.
That's cool.
Hands off, low key.
Yeah.
Although those make you pretty tense too.
You know what? I bet those fucking like I've never really felt any desire to play them, but I've heard those Walking Dead games were fucking awesome.
Me too.
Have you played any of them?
I downloaded them. They're on Game Pass.
Yeah, I've heard like
give it a shot. Fuck it, right?
they're fucking fantastic.
Yeah, me too. Me
That'd be
too.
cool
The
to
Telltale
try.
ones. It would be cool.
the Telltale. Yeah.
Honestly, I did like The Walking Dead for a long time. Remember
I
season
know. I
3
remember.
of
I
The
used
Walking
to come
Dead?
over and watch episodes once in a while, fucking years ago. And I didn't even watch it. I just came over to hang out. Like I didn't give a fuck about the show.
Some of them were cool though, man. Some of them were cool. There
That's
was a
true,
season
yeah,
where
man.
they're like, right after season 2, which is kind of dorky. Then season 3, they were in this prison and they built like a little community and they met another
that was
community.
one of the when I used to come watch it.
And they went to war with them, and it was fucking sick, buddy. It was great. It was a great episode, a great season, like just all around badass, And after that, it like fucking for me, like it dissolved slowly over time. But that was like peak Walking Dead, and every fucking Sunday, all the boys would get together and fucking get drunk and watch The Walking Dead.
Fucking sick.
Order Chinese food or some shit. It was.
Those were the days.
Yeah, that was.
Can't
sick,
order
man.
Chinese food anymore.
No.
I mean, you can, but
yeah, I've been ordering hot food sometimes. But that's it.
Yeah. So have I. This new COVID world we're living in.
Yeah, strange stuff.
Fucked up shit, eh?
See how things unfold in the near future.
I think that's pretty much it, eh? What do you...
I'd say that's it.
Yeah.
I'd say it's been a great fucking time, and
I'd say it's been awesome. Thanks for listening from Virginia, especially.
Yeah,
Thank
from
you.
there, give us a fucking message,
Maybe
man.
Texas.
I want to come visit.
48
I want to visit
downloads
all
in-
these places.
But I would love to go to Texas.
Yeah.
Texas, if you guys are listening, let us know.
Hey, gents, we got great beer. You
Come
can show us a
fucking
great
hang
town.
out. You know what I heard? There's a nice place to go to, Arizona.
Yeah, I went there when I was very young.
My dad fucking loves Arizona.
Yeah, that's sick, man.
I don't go very far from my fucking basement.
Yeah, same. Me too. I'm a fucking very much a creature of habit, buddy. I've lived in this neighborhood my whole life,
Right.
and I'm probably gonna live here till I die.
I fucking
frankly.
moved out of my parents' house 10 minutes up the road.
At least you moved out.
All right.
All right, guys. It's been a fucking
gaming
good time.
Bunch of fucking losers.
Fucking A. It sounds like the kind of people who would make a gaming
Right.
podcast. Yeah. Oh, we are.
Oh,
we are.
definitely. Oh, man. I'm at like a 9.
I'm at a
Don't
know.
say 6.
less than a 6.
Give me at
I
least
think.
7. Come on.
No.
Like some possibly high standards of influence. One day we'll get him to 10, but that'll be like the last day.
Yeah, you don't want to see that though. That's a
Yeah.
mess. Yeah, that's when I forget what happens. Somebody has to carry me to the door. Fuck you. Yeah. One of those nights. Anyways,
Thank you very much.
good night, guys.